Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I just filmed for about 2 hours and the audio wasn't working because it wasn't plugged in properly. I'm okay. Ooh, okay, it's a very hot day today. It's 33 degrees. I usually would have the fan on, but I'm scared it would affect the audio. But yeah, here I am 2 hours later. So this is Koda. I love him so much. If you guys stuck out for the outros of my videos, you'd see a video of him usually. Okay, are you okay, buddy? Are you stressed out? I'm sorry, go back to sleep. Sorry, I'm sorry. First of all, I wanted to say thank you so much for commenting and liking my video. I think we hit like nearly 6K views on my last video, so that's really nice. I really appreciate it. I've read a lot of your comments and stuff, a lot of people agreeing with me. I've posted snippets of my videos on TikTok. That went pretty well too. I hope maybe this video will hit 10K? I don't know, maybe not. I think that's too much. But yeah, I hope we keep growing. Thank you for the new subs and everyone. Honestly, after Singles Inferno, I don't know what I do with my channel. If you guys have any recommendations or some ideas, please let me know. More commentary videos, more vlogs. I'll definitely do a bit more song covers too if you guys haven't checked that out yet. So I'm actually so tired right now, like from filming for like 2 hours, and also because it was my birthday yesterday and I went out the whole day. It was also really hot yesterday too. Like I'm really feeling it. Like the heat is not doing it for me. I don't do well in the heat because I do like tend to sweat a lot too, which is gross. And I'm gonna do like a mini vlog on how I spent my birthday also, so if you guys want to check it out, I'll be posting it on TikTok, so please follow me if you haven't yet. So I'm the kind of person that like celebrates their birthday. Like I love celebrating my birthday. Like I just love doing like everything I want to do without any guilt for the day or like being unproductive and just having fun. I know a lot of people like say they hit a certain age and then they don't really celebrate their birthday anymore, and I know I'm getting old. I hope you guys had a very happy new year. I hope you guys celebrated with your families and friends. I honestly didn't do anything for New Year's. I kind of just stayed home and did Decadent. So today this video is sponsored by no one. It's sponsored by me. If you guys didn't know, I actually make phone cases, so Decadent phone cases. So if you guys don't know what Decadent phone cases are, they use like cream and stuff. I'm just gonna try to let it focus. This is the one that I'm using now. I use little charms and like glue it on. This is a Hello Kitty one. I do a lot of Sanrio characters. I did cinnamon roll, which is really popular. I do many styles. I can customize to your liking. You guys just need to send me some photos and kind of for inspiration. I also have a BT21 one if you guys are fans of BTS. I use like even pearl cream and stuff like that if you guys want something shiny. If you guys want like a mono like color themed, you know, purple or whatever, this is something that I can do. Characters I have also that you can pick from. If you guys want to follow Decadent X Dreams, this is my Instagram for my little business here. I love making them. I can make them for most phone case models. And yeah, if you guys want to purchase one, please DM me personally on my personal Instagram or on Decadent X Dreams. Thank you so much. I hope I get like a real sponsor one day, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. So let's get started. So I read a few comments and everything, and I just wanted to share some with you. I really enjoy reading your insights, and it just helped me gain more insight also. So Omabala said, I'm sure they actually do talk about each other's hobbies, etc. during Paradise, but probably left out because it's boring compared to when they interrogate each other. That's my guess. We shouldn't forget there's way more unused footage than what we end up seeing. We also don't know if the producers encourage them to ask certain types of questions or not. Yeah, this is something I completely agree with. I honestly didn't really think about it that much. I feel like the reactions of the contestants are really genuine, so I never really thought that it might have been fabricated, but honestly, I do agree. I think that perhaps is the case. And something else they said is these episodes really demonstrate that it's better to be a jerk than to be someone who is boring. Despite all the girls talking shit about him, he still gets 3 girls interested in him by the end of episode 7. And they're only annoyed by him because they like him, otherwise they'd be indifferent. That is so true. Like I mentioned in the last video, that even though the girls were like talking bad about him, talking smack, roasting him, they still pursued him. Even Hajong, the one that even confronted him, she still apologized to him. I had a comment on TikTok kind of calling me out for saying Won-ik is boring, saying that I'm kind of mean to him. I just want to say, like, I'm sure he's a lovely guy in real life. I'm just kind of talking about the entertainment part of it, and this is just my opinion, and I wish you guys won't attack me for it or take it too personally. So I'm really sorry if my opinions have offended anyone. Even being annoyed and disliking Lee Kwan-hee, I still acknowledge the fact that I don't know him in real life. I only know him through these episodes on the show. So yeah, just leaving it out there. So we ended off on the last episode with Lee Kwan-hee, Min-kyo, and Won-ik being able to choose who they want to bring to paradise with. So Lee Kwan-hee came first, and he chose, surprise surprise, I was right, Minji. And Min-kyo picked Kim Gyo-ri, someone that he's already interested in, and Won-ik picked Shein. Nothing really went down for them. There was not a lot of chemistry. We know that Shein's already interested in Minwoo and seems to be committed to him already. Shein is someone that can't really hide their feelings. I'm kind of the same, where I make like a lot of facial expressions. I'm very expressive, and she kind of looks bored whenever Won-ik talks to her. She, you know, just goes, yeah, and stuff like that. So we know there's kind of like a love triangle between Shein, Minwoo, and Kim Gyo-ri. When she came back from Paradise to Inferno, they had a little chat. It was so cute. They're both so shy, and Minwoo expressed that he misses her, and she's, you know, really giddy about that. They both are so adorable. I love them together. So he told Shein that he was supposed to talk to someone else after speaking to her, but now that he's spoken to her, he doesn't really want to speak to that person anymore, and we can kind of gauge that person is Kim Gyo-ri. They said something so adorable. They said like, oh, as long as we're together, you know, it's paradise. I love that so much for them, and I really ship them, and I hope that there can be endgame. In regards to Kim Gyo-ri, she, you know, expressed that she wasn't really interested in Min-kyo at all. She says that he doesn't really excite her. So then now we have Minji and Lee Kwan-hee in their little paradise date. So they're eating together, and Lee Kwan-hee and Minji they're kind of connecting, I guess. He's being really nice to her. So I feel like Lee Kwan-hee treats Minji so much better than the other girls like Hajong and HYESEON. I have a theory to why this is. It's because maybe he's intimidated by HYESEON and Hajong, because they're both pretty strong, independent characters. Minji, she acts very cutesy. She kind of has very childlike mannerisms, and I feel like that gives him a masculine instinct to protect her. So in a separate interview, he said that he chose Minji over HYESEON because HYESEON chose Won-ik over him in her last paradise date, which I felt like was really petty and immature, and he's such a little crybaby. So I feel like he's someone that cannot be genuine about his feelings. He acts in a way to try to get even with other people, and I feel like he feels maybe inferior to HYESEON because she's so intact with her feelings and so stable and badass and stuff. She's not, you know, sorry for picking other guys over him and wanting to form other connections. I want you guys to let me know if my theory is like not correct, but if you guys agree with me on that. And Minji in this episode, honestly, at the start, I liked her. I felt like she brought really good energy. She made the guys very comfortable with her, and she was really cute, but I felt like it got played overboard in these past 2 episodes. Like, she was doing way too much. She was like, is that the flower? Am I the flower? And I'm like, girl, like, it's something like I would say with my partner, but I would never ever say that in front of cameras. Like, you can't even like catch me like ever saying that shit in front of any cameras. Like, unironically, I'd rather be dead. And also Lee Kwan-hee's like, oh, my type is like big eyes and cute personality, and she's like, oh, so that's me. And I'm like, oh, girl, I've had enough. Ugh, I'm cringing. So they come back to the hotel and he's like, oh, maybe you should change into something more comfortable, like your pajamas. And she's like, no, but I still want to look good and stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Same. Like, if I was like in front of someone that I liked and I'm not really comfortable with them yet, like I wouldn't want to wear pajamas around them, because that could become disastrous for me. Because honestly, I just wear like an oversized t-shirt to bed and some shorts, like pajama shorts. Like, it's not flattering. I wouldn't want someone that I like see me like that, you know, looking all crazy and stuff. But this girl came out with the whole ass lingerie. Like, that's not pajamas, that's a lingerie. It was like a cute like purple set thing, and it was backless and stuff, and I was like, that is so scandalous, girl. And like, so many people commented on this. Like, a lot of K netizens said that, you know, it was kind of inappropriate, like she's like showing way too much skin. There was like some side boob action also. Like, I'm pretty sure she wasn't wearing a bra. I think she maybe had like boob tape or something. So yeah, it was wild. Like, I don't want to judge someone by how they dress, but I'm just very shocked that she came out with that, because we know that South Korea is a very conservative country. So I'm really surprised that she would wear that in front of cameras, knowing that it's going to be broadcasted to like the whole of South Korea and also internationally. Yeah, a lot of people had some bad stuff to say about that, but yeah, honestly, I'm just kind of shocked. They started chasing each other around the hotel room, and I'm like, this is kind of weird. They're just walking around to like digest food or something, and Lee Kwon-hee puts her in a headlock out of nowhere, and I'm like, that's a lot of skinship. And then the next morning, Lee Kwon-hee and Minji are getting ready to go back to Inferno. Minji is getting ready, putting on her makeup and stuff. And I think she accidentally like spilled like makeup or something on her pants. There was like a foundation mark or something. And Lee Kwon-hee was being really sweet to her, which I don't really see him doing that stuff with Hajong and HYESEON, because he started saying, you know, change it to something else. I can get this stain out. So like, yeah, he really helped her, you know, try to get the mark off while she finished her makeup. And yeah, I thought that was really sweet of him, but yeah, it was a bit weird. It was very out of character for him. And so we kind of have an update on Jin-suk and An Min-young. So we don't really see a lot of An Min-young in these episodes, but we do have a scene where she kind of makes up with Jin-suk, kind of like chill with each other. An Min-young kind of expressed to him that he's like now the only one that she wants to pursue, and Jin-suk is like having a positive reaction to this, and I feel like maybe they'll end up together in the end. So we have the girls now competing against each other to take someone to paradise again. They kind of do like a chicken fight. I don't know what it's called, but like they kind of have to knock the other person down with their thighs or something while hopping around. So everyone like picks a ball again. They pick like a colored ball, and if they match with someone else, they verse that person. In the end, we have the finalists: Hajong, HYESEON, and Minji. So I don't know if this was like coincidence or not, or if the producers rigged the game and got them into the last round. I don't know how they would do that, but I can see it happening, because this is a competition for Lee Kwon-hee. He got all cocky and he's like, oh, this competition was like geared towards me. I might as well pack my bags to paradise already and stuff like that, because we know all three of them are interested in him, and he definitely knows that. He loves the attention, he loves the drama, and he's like, might as well call this like the Lee Kwon-hee derby competition or something like that. I don't know. He's like really, he loves it. So then HYESEON, oh my god, she's so scary. She has this deadly look in her eyes. She really wanted to win first place, and she did. So she won first place, Minji came second, and Hajong came third. So we can assume now that HYESEON's gonna pick Kwon-hee. Minji won't be able to pick him, or Hajong. Hajong really wanted to be able to reconnect with him in paradise, but they had a conversation where she expressed to him that she feels that he's been very distant with her. He said that obviously he's had very negative emotions towards her because of their last like argument where she kind of confronted him. He also said that he wished that she didn't apologize and they would just like have things play out naturally, and I felt like that was a bunch of bullshit, because like what the heck. I felt like she was very brave for being able to apologize and being the bigger person. I don't know what he's on, I don't know what he's talking about. I'm so confused. Yeah, so I feel like Hajong is still very interested in him, but I don't think he's very interested in her. But he doesn't tell her straightforwardly. He kind of tiptoes around it. She's like, oh, I wish that you would choose me in the end, and he's just like, yeah, he's just still stringing her along. He's still giving her hope, and I just think that's kind of wrong for him to do. So basically, when HYESON was pronounced the winner, Minji started crying. She suddenly burst into tears. She's upset for losing. She really wanted to pick Lee Kwon-hee apparently. She's like making a big deal about it. And honestly, a lot of people had stuff to say about this. They said like, oh, it's only been 2 days that you've met him. Why are you crying? You're being dramatic. Like, why are you crying over a guy? And I can definitely kind of agree with that. I'm really confused as to why she's that upset. And I feel like I have kind of like a theory also about why she's crying and stuff, which I'll touch on later. Before everyone goes to paradise, she pulls Gwan-hee aside. They have a chat. Honestly, this is the most confusing conversation like I've ever heard. So previously in Paradise, Lee Kwon-hee did ask her to write him a 10-word letter or something, and she showed him the letter, and it said like, oh, there is no second choice, which means like she only like wanted to pick him. And so they kind of discuss about who Minji is gonna pick for Paradise now that she can't pick Lee Kwon-hee, and she's like, maybe I'll pick Mingyo because he's fun or whatever, and I feel like we'll have a chill time. And then Lee Kwon-hee started like going off about like how he wants her to pick Jin-seok because Jin-seok is actually really interested in her. Like he was previously interested in her, and then he wants her to pick him because if Lee Jin-seok came back from Paradise with Minji and he were to confront Lee Kwon-hee or tell him that he has feelings for Minji, Lee Kwon-hee would go head on like man to man with him. So basically what I'm getting from this conversation is that Lee Kwon-hee just wants more drama. He wants the attention, he wants kind of like a love triangle to form. It just gave me the ick. I didn't like the conversation. I felt really like uncomfortable watching it for some reason. And so unsurprisingly, HYESON did pick Lee Kwon-hee to go to Paradise, and against Lee Kwon-hee's words, Minji actually picked Min-kyo, and Ha-jung picked Habin. I think I've been pronouncing his name as Hanbin, but it's actually Habin, so I'm so sorry about that. Habin in the past has expressed that he's wanted to go to Paradise with Ha-jung, and I kind of ship them together. I really want to see what their interaction is like and how their dynamic is. We didn't really get to see their interaction in Paradise in this episode, but I hope to see it next episode, and I hope that Ha-jung can move on from Lee Kwon-hee and maybe form like a better connection with Habin. God help me. This is where it's super controversial. Like this literally is the reason why I chose to film early. And so everyone's in the helicopter to Paradise now. We have Min-kyo on the left, Minji, and then Lee Kwon-hee, and then HYESON, sitting in that order. And at the front we have Habin and Haejung. Lee Kwon-hee and HYESON is chatting. They're kind of like catching up on the helicopter. They're looking out at the scenery, and then suddenly Minji like just started like poking at Lee Kwon-hee. Like she's like trying to be cutesy and kind of like tugging at his shirt, and he refuses to look at her. Like he just like waved her arm off, and she started crying. And Min-kyo, like the MVP of the show right now, lets her like wipe her tears on the hem of his shirt. And honestly, Min-kyo, I don't talk about him that much, but I do really like him. I feel like he has a very calm personality. He's really low key. She's like really upset, and honestly I would be really upset too if someone ignored me like that and waved like my hand off or whatever. But to be honest, I wouldn't have let myself be in that situation in the first place. So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing for her. Like it was really embarrassing, and a lot of K-netizens has lots to say about it. They felt it was really disrespectful towards Min-kyo and HYESON because HYESON is like right there. She's sitting right next to Kwon-hee, but she doesn't see this. So I'm happy about that. I'm glad that she didn't see this, because the K-netizens feel like she's, you know, on a date with someone else and she shouldn't be trying to flirt with another person. And yeah, I honestly like thought that was wrong of her to do. I agree with the K-netizens, but the thing is, I saw that her Instagram were flooded with hate comments. I read some of them and it was like pretty nasty. They were kind of bullying her. She had to turn the comments off. I feel like I agree with the people who are calling her out, but doing it in a more respectful way, like not like calling her names and stuff. I do feel kind of bad for her, but at the same time, like I feel like it's very entitled behavior, especially when you look at how she cried when she didn't win the competition. I feel like she's used to getting things her way, and anytime that things doesn't go her way, she just cries. And you know, Minji's in the hotel room now with Mingyo, and they're kind of like chatting about it. You know, she's really upset. He says, you know, like, I would never do that if I was Lee Kwan-hee, saying like, I'm a gentleman, I wouldn't treat girls that way. And yeah, I really like him. He's like, oh, I'm gonna help you, like when we go back to Inferno, I'm gonna tell Lee Kwan-hee how much you like him, you know, try to play Cupid and stuff, being all nice about it, even though he didn't have to be that nice. And then we have Lee Kwan-hee and HYESEON having dinner together. He's telling her that he was like upset at her because she picked Won-ik over him, and that the other guys believed that she was into Won-ik more than she was to Lee Kwan-hee. Honestly, I just feel like Lee Kwan-hee is just not secure within himself. I feel like deep down he's actually really insecure. That's why he loves it when he can get 3 girls to fall for him, because that gives him some validation. Like in the past, I've said that she's kind of like a bit too hyper, like she goes a bit overboard, you know, when she gets excited. But now I feel like she's really mellowed out. She kind of has a more mature demeanor to her, and really like classy kind of demeanor, if I can say. She even like had this moment where she was really excited about the food again, and Lee Kwan-hee was like, oh, it's been a while since I've seen you so enthusiastic. She's like, oh, I don't expect anyone to match my energy. Like, I don't like expect them to go with my flow, basically. And you know, Lee Kwan-hee brings up that it seems like they've gone full circle. Like at the start, they picked each other to go to paradise, and now they've ended up with each other in paradise again. So they're in the hot tub now, and HYESEON is the one to come up with the scenario, not Lee Kwan-hee this time. She was like, oh, if Minji came to you tomorrow, like, what would you do? And he's like, well, I would ask if she would have chosen me if she came first place. And HYESEON's like, yeah, she would have. And he's like all giddy about it. He loves the fact that HYESEON thinks that Minji would choose him. And Lee Kwan-hee was like, oh, you kind of have been avoiding me, you know, lately. And then he does this really cute thing where he taps her on the forehead or something. He's like, no more hiding from me. And I felt like that was such a cute interaction with each other. Sometimes I'm like, get away from him, you know, he's such a red flag. But then the other toxic side of me is like, they're kind of cute together. So I'm a bit confused. And then we ended the episode with them in the same room, and Lee Kwan-hee is like, do you want to sleep together? So looking forward to what's happening there. We have a very, very eventful preview for the next episodes, for the finale. We see Shion crying, saying that she trusted Minwoo, and then Kim Gyo-ri calling out Minwoo for being similar to Kwan-hee or something. She's like, oh, you're just like Lee Kwan-hee, aren't you? And I'm like, what is happening? I thought this was over. I thought that Minwoo had already like committed to Shion, and that, you know, he would probably tell Kim Gyo-ri that and all would be good and well. But no, I really wonder what's gonna happen with them. And then we have HYESEON and Lee Kwan-hee sitting on the table. She's like, I don't want to be with someone that's confused about their feelings. Like, just might as well just pick Minji. And then we see in the next scene Lee Kwan-hee crying, and I'm like, you finally will have a taste of your own medicine. I hope that he kind of snaps out of this. I just hope that Lee Kwan-hee will learn from this and be able to be a better person. So yeah, I can't wait for the next episodes. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that you guys agree with some of my thoughts, and if you don't, or if you do even, please comment down below. I hope this video does well, and yeah, please let me know what else you want to see from me, because after this series I don't really know what to do. I don't know if I should do vlogs and stuff. I am going to Japan and Korea soon, so maybe I will put out some vlogs. And please check out my phone cases, link is down below. And please follow my socials on Instagram, TikTok, and yeah, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you guys soon. Love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the love. Like, I can't even express how thankful enough. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time, and yeah, bye. 혹시 그냥